So I grew up on the south coast of Devon in the UK, and I've always been involved with the sea ever since I was probably like yay high. My dad used to take me sailing. Used to go out into Plymouth Sound, and I used to have the dolphins coming in, and the odd basking shark. Only saw one, but still memorable. And then I just fell in love, really, and I've always been involved with the oceans ever since then. I did reasonably well at science at school, and I was like, what can I do? And then oceanography just seemed like the obvious choice. So ever since then, I've just been involved with the oceans in one way or the other, either spending actually all my leisure time in them or on them. Recently, I've been heavily involved with the UK's Blue Belt programme. So I've been helping out some of the UK overseas territories with their science and developing their marine protected areas. We're at Henderson Island, which is one of those places where it's just unbelievable. So little work has happened here in the past, so little mapping, so little is known that it's just such a unique opportunity to get here and be able to work in this place. So what we're doing is we are helping the government of Pitcairn develop some new maps for the area. As everyone knows, Pitcairn is one of those enormous MPAs, and it's going to do significant good, but until we know what we're protecting, don't really know what to do with it. So we're helping to kind of baseline the biological data we have for these islands, and then we can then put in place kind of management measures or anything that we need to, so that we can help protect it and then ensure that places like this are saved for future generations and saved for the world. In one foul swoop, I think it'd be ocean acidification at the moment. That's just such a massive problem for so many forms of life. Like everyone, as soon as you say it, you instantly think of the coral reefs, but it's not just corals, it's things like tiny plankton like coccolithos. They're just kind of dissolving in the ocean at the moment. And that's just horrendous. And just from that bottom of the food chain all the way up to these beautiful coral reefs which we get around here, they're just suffering from it. And yeah, it's just something that we'd love to solve. But it's one of those things where it's going to take global action and everyone getting stuck in. Ecology doesn't work on a small scale. Things don't stay in a particular area. If you're going to conserve something, you need to conserve the whole of its range. Fish, sharks, marine mammals, they don't appreciate like the boundaries. Say if we made a marine protected area from the end of that wall to that wall, it's not going to do anything. They're just going to swim around the corner and get fished. So these large marine protected areas which really help with those kind of things and just kind of conserve that whole ecology from kind of right down from the bottom of the food chain right to the top. Take a look at what you're doing yourself and try and work out whether what I'm doing, the choices I make, are helping in that situation, and whether the research and the science that I'm undertaking will also help. And you kind of take those questions on whenever someone offers you a new project or speaks to you about some new bit of science, and you just kind of, so it's always in the back of your mind. And you just hope that the choices you do make are the right ones. It's also about conserving kind of, I'm going to use that blooming buzzword, that natural capital. Like they've got, although we don't know the benefits of some of the things like in the deep ocean, say like the Pitcairn MPA, most of it is below kind of 5,000 metres, it's immensely deep. But we don't know kind of how that's going to benefit us, the planet, in the future. So conserving it and then knowing that it can serve it, that's going to kind of prevail in the long term and be a great help in the future. Just to know that the work that I'm undertaking will be used for good, for conserving this beautiful location, knowing that the right decisions are going to be made by the right people based on that data. So yeah, whether that's to manage it, to conserve it, or whatever. So yeah, I'm depending on the decision makers to make the right choice, but I'm sure they will. They will usually have the best people in heart. So this is going to sound really bad, but when I was just before I started university, there was a film which came out. I don't know if you know it, called Steve Zissou and the Life Aquatic. And as soon as I saw that film, and the kind of, I don't want to spoil the ending, but it's a beautiful ending, and they're all just in awe of the majesty of the ocean at the end. And I just reaffirmed that kind of, yeah, that's what I want to be doing in my life. Yeah, sorry, a bit cheesy, but so one of my favourite books is Hemingway's Old Man and the Sea. It just fully describes the kind of the awesome power and majesty of the ocean, and just, yeah, it's wonderful, but also completely cutthroat and devastating in the same talk. And it's just a fantastic book. Make sure you're doing it because you love it. There are going to be times where you are going to be sitting on a ship in a 410, sick as a dog. There's going to be times where you meet opposition to what you clearly know and they clearly know is a great idea and will be brilliant for conservation, but they're still against it. You just got to hold on to your convictions and just keep going with it. So yeah, really love it.